Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Beauty Mike and I do everything beauty, skincare, and lifestyle. And in today's video, you already know what time it is. I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this glam by yourself at home. So if that is what you want to know, please stay tuned and let's jump right into the video. Starting off with my bare face, I will be doing my skin prep, and for that I will be going on to use my moisturizer. I'm using the moisturizer from Simple, and I'm using that all over my clean face. I used my micellar water to clean my face. Then for primer, I'll be using the airbrush primer from Tehila. This is their newest addition to their makeup brand, and honestly this primer is perfect for those people with dry and combination skin. If you're oily skin, you might want to use this primer as your second primer because it's not so mattifying, but it do perfectly well for people with dry or combination skin. And after spraying that all over my face, I noticed the really smooth effect it gave to my face. After that, I'll be going on to use my sweat block, and this one is from the Adventure. I went on to just use that on my nose and I think on my T-zone area. Now for foundation, I'll be mixing these two foundation from V Beauty and from Madame Glow. The VBC foundation is in the shade Cape Town, and I believe the Madame Glow foundation is in the shade number 2. And I just properly mix that onto my face, and I'll be using a beauty blender from Glam Beauty to properly apply this on my face. Now for contour, I would be using my Zikel concealer in the shade Zikel Calf, and I'll just be using that to contour the side of my face. Then going on to use this really cute brush that I got from AliExpress. And it's been a while I got this brush, but the fact that I just dumped it and I discovered it again, and it has just been my go-to for contouring my face. Now to add some bit of color to my face, I'll be going on to use my blush, and I'm using this lip palette from Beacharm Ageless, and I went on to use the pink or the peach shade. I'm not so sure because I don't really like to do red on my face, so I just go on to use like a pink or a peach shade, and it does well for me. So now I applied that on my cheeks, and I went on to blend with my beauty sponge. I also applied some of that on my nose to just add a bit of color, and when I'm contouring my nose, I won't really have to go downwards with the contour. Now after doing this, I would go on to use my concealer, and for concealer I will be using the Zikel concealer. This is in the shade Creamy Ivory. I apply this directly under my eyes and then I blend. Now you notice that I did not apply this all over my face, like everywhere I want to highlight first before going on to blend, because I noticed this concealer dries fast, so I like to just put it first on one part of my face, blend before I go on to put on the other side of my face. Unlike some concealers that we use that we have to allow it to sit for a while before we blend, this concealer is not like that, so I like to just use it. I like to just put it on and blend immediately. Then to add a bit more brightness on my under eyes, I went on to add the Zikel concealer in the shade Blondie, because this has a really white undertone, so you'll notice that I just add a really little for that. Now, why allowing that to dry? Because I noticed that this Blondie is a bit more watery than the Creamy Ivory. So I'll allow that to sit for a bit and allow it to dry properly. Then I will go on to highlight the other part of my face. Now, once I'm done with that other side of my eyes, I will know that this part is ready to be blended, and then I will go on with my beauty sponge to blend that part of my face. And while allowing the other parts to dry, I would highlight the rest of my face. And the main concealer I use here is the Creamy Ivory, because I do not really like the rest part of my face that I'm highlighting to be too bright. I only really like the extra brightness on my under eye. Now once I'm done with that, I'll be going on to I will go on to contour my nose, and I went on to use the Zikel Calf that I used previously, and using this flat angle brush, I will use it to properly contour my nose. I'm not a big fan of using liquid concealer or contour to contour the nose. I prefer to do it with powder, but then once in a while, I just like to switch things up, especially when I'm doing this for YouTube. But most times when I'm doing this just to go out, I hardly use a liquid concealer or a liquid contour to contour my nose. Now to set my other eyes, I'll be going on to use my powder palette, and this one is from Beacharm Ageless. I went on to use one of the bright colors there that matches the highlighter that I use, and I used that powder to set every part of my face that I highlighted. Literally every part of the face I highlighted, I use it to set. So what this powder or what this setting powder does is that it just helps that oily concealers that you've used. It makes that oil go away. All right. Now after setting, I will go on to bake, and I've forgotten the powder I used here, but I'm going to leave that in the comments. I'm going to leave that in the description box. I used that to properly set my face, and now you notice that I'm using a bit more powder than when I was just setting my face. While baking, I use a bit more powder than when I'm just setting my face. Now for my brows, I went on to use my spoolie to brush up my brows first and just prep it for the brow pencil. And then I went on to use a brow gel, and I will use that all over my brow to just help me set my brows and keep it in place before I go on to use my brow pencil. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to do like a very detailed videos on how I do my brows. I'll really love to do that for you guys. Now I went on to do my brows off camera, and then for my eye, I'm going on to use my powder. I'm using like a dark shade powder, something that matches the contour, to first set my eye. Then I went on to use my eyeshadow primer. I'm using this one from Clown White, I believe, and I just use that to set my eyelid first. Then I went on to use my Adventure eyeshadow palette. I believe this is a 4054 eyeshadow palette, and I went on to use that brown. Is that a brown shade? Yeah, I think this is a brown shade. I went on to use that first above my crease area, and then I went on to use the pink eyeshadow on the rest of my eyes. Honestly, I don't know where this inspiration came up from, but I just wanted to do something quick, something fast, because I think I was in a hurry here. But honestly, I did not end up liking this eyeshadow as much. But yeah, this is just something basic, something simple. You might want to do something in depth for yourself, but this is something simple and something you can do when you're in a hurry. So I just went on to use that on my eyes, and then I went on to line my eyes using this eye pencil from Miracle Cosmetics. I think this is the eye pencil charcoal from Miracle Cosmetics, and I went on to use my mascara to apply that on my lashes. After this, I will go on to use my false lashes, and I'll just do that off camera. Then to properly set the rest of my face, I went on to use my brow powder, still from the Beacharm Ageless. No. Yeah, yes, from the Beacharm Ageless powder palette. I used that to set my face, and then I went on to use the brown color in the palette and to set those parts where I contoured my face. Now to add some bits of color or more color to my face, I'll be going on to use the powder blush. So for my lips, I'll go on to use that red and orange shade. And guys, I wasn't sure what happened here, but my phone stopped recording, so I am so sorry. But everything I did here was I just went on to use the red shade first to line, and then I used the orange shade in the inner corners. And honestly, when I was done with this, I wasn't really sure if I like this color. I wasn't really sure what was going on for a start. But yeah, I went on to use a flat brush to just blend the orange and the red together, try to like see if I was going to like it later. I think it wasn't so bad, right? But yeah, guys, this is it for this makeup look. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you learned one or two things from this. So to complete this look, I just went on to add powder to my face, and then I went on to set my face first with the Kiss Beauty setting spray, and then I also went on to lock my makeup with this makeup spray from V Beauty. And here we have it, guys. This is it for this makeup look. Let me know if you love this. Let me know if you enjoyed watching. Let me know if you'll be creating this in the comment section down below, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching, guys. So now this is it for this makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching and you learned one or two things from this tutorial. If you eventually decide to try out this makeup look, please tag me on social media and I would really appreciate that. Leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Ask me your questions and also let me know if there's a video you want me to create for you. And on to my next video. Stay happy, stay blessed, and stay safe. If this is your first time here, please do not also forget to subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, I love you. Stay happy, guys. Bye.